all fall flat. A young woman has lost her life. I'll get you the details of that story once again, stories that really matter to you and I. Then later we will shift focus, in fact, to Ladakh, where, after 4 people died, Sonam Wangchuk has been arrested. Another important development. I'll get you all the details on that as well. And then a development which is now just not the celebrities who are talking about this, but also the common people. The wonder weight loss drug, Ozempic's India debut. What will be the price? What are the pros and cons? And should you take this drug? All that coming up later in the show as well. But we are starting with the breaking news, which is coming in right at the top of the broadcast. This story coming in from Bihar. The elections are around the corner, and important today that the final electors list that has been released by the Election Commission, 7.42 crore as per the Election Commission at this moment are the people, those who would be exercising their franchise in the upcoming elections of Bihar. Remember, the Bihar draft electoral list, which came out earlier, was 7.24 crore. That means about addition of 18 lakh voters. But interestingly, before the SIR exercise started, the number of electors in Bihar was 7.89 crores. So out of that, about now in the final draft list, after the entire exercise of the SIR, about 47 lakh people have been found illegible or have been left out as far as the list is concerned. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Ashwini, who is joining us at this moment for more details on this. Very, very important, this development at a time when the court has been hearing this. The list has come, Ashwini. This will also propel possibly in the next few days the announcement for the elections as well, for the dates. Give us the details. 7.42 crore people will now be able to vote in the upcoming election of Bihar.
Yes, Ankit, this is very crucial for Bihar also and Pan India also, because Election Commission is planning to implement SIR in all over India, in all the states, and very soon the date for the SIR will be released. More importantly, Bihar election date will be also announced very soon. So they are telling us that on 8th of October, the Election Commission will release the date for Bihar Assembly elections. Now, Election Commission released the SIR electoral data, 7.42 crore electors who will going to choose the next government in Bihar. And remember, these are not the final number. This number will increase because till the last date of the nomination, voters can fill their forms for the inclusion their name in the electoral roll. And now Election Commission is saying that 18 lakhs names were added from the draft roll. More importantly, 3.66 lakh ineligible electors' name have been removed from the draft roll. It means that those 7.24 electors who have submitted their enumeration forms on 1st of August 2025, out of that 3.66 has been removed and 21.53 lakhs has been added. So if you calculate total, around 18 lakh for the new electors who have included in the electoral roll, in the final roll, and very soon the SIR process will be implemented in all India, because remember, opposition has raised many questions on the SIR.
Is there any data? Ashwini, Mrityunjay ji of the RJD is also joining us. But Ashwini, very quickly, let me ask you this. Is there any data that the Election Commission has given that after the implementation of the Aadhaar card, how many people have used the Aadhaar card, those who have been added into the final list?
No, Ankit, as of now, the Election Commission has not given any specification about how many electors have submitted Aadhaar as their document, how many electors have submitted other documents to prove their identity. However, Election Commission said that 21.53 electors has been added in the final roll after the draft, and as of now 7.42 crore is the election. Very soon the Election Commission will release the specification also, because everyone wanted to know how many electors has been added after the document, after the Aadhaar, when the Supreme Court has made it very clear that ECI has to accept Aadhaar card as a 12th document, and that is the basis for all India SIR also, that in all the states now ECI has to accept Aadhaar card also, but the specification has yet
Ashwini, I'm being joined by Mr. Neeraj Kumar of the JDU at this moment. Mr. Neeraj Kumar, thank you for speaking to us at this moment. The big news coming in, 7.42 crore. 7.42 करोड़ लोग अब बिहार में जो लिस्ट फाइनल हुई है इलेक्टर्स की वोट डाल पाएंगे. द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग हियर सर इज दैट द इलेक्शन कमीशन said 3.66 from the draft list have been removed and about 18 lakh people have been added into the list. Are you satisfied with the whole exercise, sir?
इलेक्शन कमीशन एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है और कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के बूथ लेवल एजेंट ने कहीं कोई आपत्ति नहीं व्यक्त किया. ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल फेल्योर है इंडी गठबंधन का, जो ये दावा कर रहे थे कि इसमें फर्जी वोटर के सवाल पर. अब भाई जो इस देश का नागरिक नहीं उसको वोट बनने का अधिकार है क्या? अगर डुप्लीकेसी है तो उसको नहीं हटाना चाहिए? जो आदमी गुजर गए उनका नाम नहीं डिलीट करना चाहिए? अब विपक्षी जो राहुल गांधी जी यात्रा कर रहे थे, वोटर अधिकार यात्रा, जरा उनको एक्सप्लेन करना चाहिए. जो वोटर लिस्ट अब इस पर नजरिया क्या आपका है
सर? लेकिन मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ने अभी तक ऐसा तो कोई डेटा दिया नहीं है जिसमें वो कह रहे हो कि बाहर के 42 लाख लोग थे जिनको हटा दिया गया, 47 लाख के आसपास करीब, क्योंकि पहले एसआईआर की एक्सरसाइज से पहले 7.89 करोड़ वोटर थे बिहार में जिन्होंने 2024 के चुनाव में अपना वोट डाला था. अब वो घटकर 7.42 करोड़ रह गया.
तो स्वाभाविक है ना, डुप्लीकेसी जो होगा वो हटा होगा, क्योंकि एसआईआर है. जो लोग गुजर गए होंगे उनका नाम डिलीट हुआ होगा. अगर बिहार में भी है, दिल्ली में भी वोटर है तो वो अपना नाम डिलीट करवाए होंगे. सवाल इस बात का है कि जो लोग यह कह रहे थे कि वोट की चोरी हो रही है, उनको अपना नजरिया साफ करना चाहिए. वो अपना स्पष्ट करे ना कि अब इलेक्शन कमीशन जब बोल रहा था तो उस पर आपको आपत्ति थी. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जब सुनवाई चल रही थी उस पर भी आपको अपना नजरिया नहीं रखना था. तो इस ढंग से राजनीतिक भ्रम जो सब जुडिस मामले पर इन लोगों ने पैदा किया, तब तो फाइनल पब्लिकेशन हो गया. अब उनको अपनी बात कहनी चाहिए, क्योंकि इनको ज्ञान 3-4 साल के बाद मिलता है. कर्नाटका में मिलिंद में चुनाव कब हुआ? इनकी सरकार है, रमन्ना इनके मंत्री ने इस्तीफा दे दिया.
Okay.
लेकिन उस पर ये नहीं प्रतिक्रिया देंगे.
So the politics, sir, thank you for joining us, but the politics on this will continue. We will have to wait and see the reaction of the opposition as far as this exercise is concerned. Very quickly, Ashwini, before I move on, the Supreme Court will, of course, the matter continues as far as the court is concerned. Will the court be taking cognizance of this list, and could there be further changes as well?
So 7th October is the date when when the Supreme Court will hear the final SIR, and we are expecting that on the 7th the Supreme Court will pronounce their order, because Supreme Court has made it very clear that this is the final hearing and we will deliver the data, we'll deliver the verdict. That is why Election Commission has waited for the Pan India SIR, and that is why Election Commission decided that after the Supreme Court verdict, the Pan India SIR will be announced most probably on the 8th or between the 10th of October. Supreme Court will obviously take this SIR final electoral roll as a document, because many opposition parties have raised many objections regarding the document and everything. And remember, 65 lakh electors' name has been removed from the draft roll. That is a very main question raised by the opposition parties. However, as far as the leaders are saying that how many objection form has been submitted, remember 99,000 forms have been submitted by the BJP party.
65 lakh were initially, but now we are seeing that about 21 lakh, and if you take out the data of the people, those who have been deleted as well from the draft list, about 18 lakh people have been added. So eventually, from the time that the SIR started to now, 47 lakh people or 47 lakh names have been struck off as far as this entire exercise is concerned, from overall, from 7.89 to now 7.42 crore voters in the final electoral list of Bihar. Of course, the reasons are death, duplicacy, and whether, as the BJP keeps claiming, the Ghuspatias or people from outside. We'll have to wait and see when the distinction comes from the Election Commission of how many numbers under which column have they put. But this is an important story. We'll keep tracking it. Let's move on to our top focus here on Nationwide at 6, which comes in once again and very, very sadly from Karnataka, in yet another pothole incident. Just a 20-year-old in Bengaluru lost her life because the government still hasn't been able to fix the menace of the pothole. The 20-year-old student, full of hope, life, was killed after she came under a truck, wheels of a truck, after she was trying to avoid, she was riding a scooter, was trying to avoid a pothole, slipped, fell in the Avalahalli area of Bengaluru on Monday and then was run over. These visuals that you are seeing are absolutely heartbreaking, which have been caught on the CCTV camera. This young girl on the scooty going, riding on the road. She was trying to avoid a pothole, fell, and a tipper which was coming behind her crushed her to death. Second year BCom student, Dhanushree. She was traveling, to her college, a regular day for her. She lost balance because she was trying to avoid a pothole, fell, and then, of course, a truck went over her. Now, this lorry was, behind this girl. Who would answer? She died on the spot. All those deadlines, yes, this does not fall under the areas which the government in the Bengaluru city had given the deadline for 1 month. I agree, it doesn't fall in that. But is the life of citizens anywhere else in the state of Karnataka, is it meaningless? Her head was crushed under the wheels. Imagine what her family and parents would be going through. I mean, just take a look. I want to explain this in detail, ladies and gentlemen, because it just seems that the life of the common citizen in this country is so cheap. Politicians don't care. They give deadlines. Those deadlines are not met. And our tax, the money that we give in our tax, massive high taxes, goes down the drain. This pothole death is the latest one in Bengaluru, where this 20-year-old was crushed to death. She was on a scooty going to her college, tried to avoid a pothole, fell, and a speeding truck then, in fact, crushed Dhanushree from behind. I want to go across and present you this report from my colleague Deepak from the spot.
We are on the Bayapanhalli-Bidarahalli stretch in Avalahalli police station limits. A young 20-year-old girl, Dhanushree, who was pursuing her BCom here in Bengaluru, lost her life. Questions are being raised if her life was lost because of this poor stretch of the road. Now, there was a big pothole here. The accident happened yesterday at about 8 a.m. when she was heading towards college, and now you can see they've brought some stones and filled up this pothole. Now, on one hand, the police, of course, are investigating whether it was the lorry driver, of course, that ran over her, whether it was his negligence and rash driving that led to the accident. Now, this stretch of the road, of course, sees multiple, lorries like this, usually meant for construction work or other purposes, traveling on this stretch of the road. As a lorry similar to this was traversing on this stretch, it has ran over her, killing her on the spot. She was rushed to the hospital, but to no avail. Now, I have a family member, in fact, her aunt, who's here with us. Madam, if you could tell us.
Both, I think it is same, sir. Because if potholes are correct, I think so no one would have lost the control.
Yeah.
No one has seen it directly to tell what has happened actually. But my kid is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know how to regain it, but I don't want others to, in future, I don't want others to happen this, sir.
Correct.
That's it. Whoever it is, authority, please try to fill the road and please save us, actually, save others also.
The officials, of course, fix this stretch of the road. Now, even as, of course, a lot of speculation is there about what really led to the accident, I'm also going to ask my video journalist to very quickly come here. There's a compound of a school right next to the road where a bike, of course, of Dhanushree is still here, the scooter. And while there were a little bit of theories whether the lorry hit her bike from the back and that's what led to the accident, now the damage that has been caused to the bike is a clear indicator that probably it was due to the pothole that she actually lost control, fell to one side, because you can see the damage is predominantly to the left side of the vehicle. And, she has fallen off the bike, and that's when the lorry that was coming from the back seems to have hit her and then, of course, led to her death. So, of course, now up to the agencies at this point in time to really fix these stretches of the road to ensure that, such incidents do not occur like the family was mentioning, and more importantly for the police also to apprehend, the people like the lorry driver who don't care to even stop after a brutal accident like this. With video journalist Kumar, this is Deepak Bopana for NDTV.
Now, there have been one after another, all these incidents, hue and cry, companies saying that the infrastructure in Bengaluru is crumbling, the government isn't doing anything, and we are ready to pull out, is what many of them have said. Bengaluru has become a pothole paradise. And I'm absolutely not exaggerating when I say this. Just take a look at some of these numbers. 13,000 potholes across various zones in Bengaluru. That's the data as far as the government is concerned. 6,230 potholes have been repaired. 4,324 potholes rated dangerous, yet to be repaired. And 1,000 daily pothole-related complaints are being registered in the city. 13 potholes deaths have been registered between 2017 to 2022. And 12.25 crore rupees have been spent in 2024-25 alone to fill 1.78 lakh kilometers of potholes in Bengaluru. Now, the question is, why can't this be fixed permanently? That's the big question. I mean, what is it that we are lacking? Just take a look at these number of deaths, in fact, as far as potholes are concerned. 21 deaths in 2022, highest in India, 49 in 2019, and 3 deaths in 2018. That's the data coming in from the NCRB. This is what Bengaluru is giving to its citizens. So just take a look at the political reactions, because the blame game has erupted.
Again and again in Bangalore, death happening. Yesterday also, a 25 years girl was in accident because of the pothole. The Congress government, they has become blind. That's why they are not seeing any people. They are suffering all over Karnataka and Bangalore, suffering from the pothole. But Congress government, Mr. Siddaramaiah and D.K. Kumar, traveling in helicopter only. They are not traveling in car and road. They are traveling only helicopters. This is the thing happening. So today also, Siddaramaiah is going by air to visit the flood-affected area, not by road, because roads are not good.
Moving on now to my other focus on the broadcast. The political crisis in Ladakh seems to be deepening after the apex body in Ladakh, in Leh, has decided to walk out of the discussions with the government which were supposed to be held on October 6th. Remember, this comes at the back of the tensions in the Union Territory after the massive violent protests which led to the death in the police firing of 4 people and many were injured. Both the apex body in Ladakh, which is also being supported now by the Kargil, in fact, bodies as well, they have been saying that talks cannot be held on gunpoint. Let me very quickly just tell you what all has happened on this. Now Ladakh's apex body, Leh apex body, the LAB, has withdrawn from the talks with the government of India. The Leh panel has tabled some specific conditions. They have said for talks, if the government wants to go ahead and create these conditions, only then they will talk. Condition number 1 is judicial probe into the death of 4 Ladakhis, and condition number 2, of course, is withdrawal of cases against 50 youth, including Sonam Wangchuk, who has been held under the NSA by the government of India. What has the government said on this? The government said that they are open to the talks anytime. Dialogue via high-powered committee is the priority of the government. They have increased the ST reservation. Local languages protection has been ensured. Recruitment has started for 1,800 posts which are lying vacant, and confident that the dialogue will bring positive results. But let me very quickly, before we go on to Mr. Sajid Kargili, he is a Wangchuk supporter and member of the Kargil Democratic Alliance. I want to play out what Mr. Wangchuk's wife has said on the latest developments.
नहीं, जो भी स्टेटमेंट्स डीएसपी ने कही हैं वो बिल्कुल हम कंडेम करते हैं. Not just me, but each and every person in Ladakh condemns those allegations because जैसे मैंने कहा कि ये एक नैरेटिव बनाया जा रहा है किसी को ब्लेम करने का, किसी को फ्रेम करने का, ताकि जो उनकी मनमानी है वो वहां कर सकें. हम ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि किसने सीआरपीएफ को गोली चलाने के लिए ऑर्डर्स दिए? अपने ही लोगों पे, अपने ही सिटीजन्स पे कौन गोली चलाता है, स्पेशली ऐसे इलाके में जहां कभी भी कोई भी हिंसापूर्वक प्रदर्शन नहीं हुआ.
So apart from all the questions which have been raised, who's responsible, why is this happening, very quickly let me go across to, in fact, Mr. Sajid Kargili, who is joining us at this moment. He is member of the Kargil Democratic Alliance, the very important body in Kargil, and also a Sonam Wangchuk supporter. Thank you so much, Mr. Kargili, for speaking to us. Let me begin by asking you, sir, how do you see this? I mean, the apex body in Ladakh has pulled out of these talks after the tensions which have been there in Ladakh region. How do you see this move? Many already are calling this a setback as far as the attempts to bring back normalcy is concerned.
Thank you for having me. Under such circumstances, I think continuing negotiations with the Ministry of Home Affairs, it was, I think, amount to legitimize injustice which happened on 24th September. As you also know that the people of Ladakh are passing through one of most difficult times in the because after 24th September, we have seen the peaceful protesters in Leh were met with very brutal and indiscriminate firing from CRP side. And 4 of our youths have been killed, many injured, and many are critical. And more than 40 people, they are now arrested, including Sonam Wangchuk. In these conditions, I think it was not appropriate to go for talks with the MHA. We are demanding judicial probe.
What would you say to those, sir? Those who would say that if you don't talk, then how will be there, a way forward? How will the tension diffuse? How will the government, and you, where will be the middle ground if there are no talks between you and the government of India?
No, we are in favor of dialogue, but for the dialogue, we want dialogue in a dignified manner. We are demanding from the government to initiate a judicial inquiry. What has happened on 24th September? Whoever has given order to open fire on protesters, even BJP leaders called that the protesters were unarmed. And also we are demanding immediate release, unconditional release of all those who have been arrested, including Sonam Wangchuk. Very, baseless allegations have been, imposed on him, like the draconian laws, like NSA has imposed on him.
Yes.
I think this is very unfair with the people of Ladakh, and also labeling the movement of
Mr.
Ladakh.
Kargili, can I ask you, sir, is the Kargil Democratic Alliance in support of the Leh apex body? Are the Buddhists and the Muslims, of the region together as far as these demands are concerned?
Both Leh and Kargil, they are fighting, they are struggling for their existence. And both Leh and Kargil, the apex body, Leh apex body and Kargil Democratic Alliance are collectively struggle on 4-point agenda, including statehood and schedule. And our senior leaders in Leh, they have yesterday taken decision to boycott these dialogues until judicial probe is not being initiated. And we today, the Kargil Democratic Alliance, including our member parliament was also there, and the council, CEC, LHDC Kargil was also there, and we have also extended our support to lay apex body. And I hope government will show some wisdom and show some sensibility and try to initiate dialogues and do justice with those who have been killed and also those who have been injured. Unfortunately, the LG administration has not called any single meeting with the local elected representatives till date, which also gives a sense that there is no democracy and the idea of the Union Territory has failed to address the aspirations of the people of Ladakh.
Mr. Kargili, thank you so much for speaking to us. We are hoping the government is listening. It's a very important region for this country. People, of course, are our own people, and there should not be a sense of alienation in this very important border region. We are hoping that there is a way forward and at least the logjam is somehow resolved. All right, with that, we are slipping into a very short break. We are coming back with much more on the other side. The wonder weight drug, Ozempic, will now be available in India. I'm going to tell you all about this. We also will be joined by actor Ram Kapoor, whose weight loss has many people questioning whether it was courtesy Ozempic. I'm coming back. Stay tuned.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, most stunning true color pro grade camera. Motorola Edge 60 Pro. Grab Motorola Edge 60 Pro today.
Two TVK leaders sent to 14-day judicial custody. Vijay's party district secretary accused of culpable homicide and negligence. TVK General Secretary puts up a controversial post refers to Karur stampede incident as potential trigger for Gen Z uprising. Death by pothole in Bengaluru again. 20-year-old crushed by a lorry while evading pothole. Prime Minister Modi has welcomed United States President Donald Trump's announcement of a plan to end the war in Gaza.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है। सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं। लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। NDTV इंडिया पर।
गोल्ड क्लास ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ।
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं और आप घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
Rajasthan's history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves and Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash. Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test.
Pulling us
Other
into
opposition
this
parties.
They argue, I conclude.
Well, many call this the wonder weight loss drug, though it is not meant primarily for that. After Bonjarona, Ozempic is all set to debut in India. It will be available in the country for patients suffering from type 2 diabetes. Now, Ozempic has gained quite a reputation around the world, mainly because of the benefits it offers with the side effect of helping people lose their weight. Now, Danish drug maker Novo Nordisk India head has said that the pharmaceutical giant is ready to launch Ozempic in India when, in fact, the patent, it expires in March next year. It is anticipated that the top Indian pharmaceutical companies will release a slew of generic equivalents as well. According to WHO, estimated 77 million people suffer, over the age of 18, suffer from type 2 diabetes. Now, this drug, which is an injection which has to be taken under the prescription of a doctor, and this injection is taken once a week. Many people have been using this is to manage specifically type 2 sugar levels, but many people have been using it as a weight loss drug. It was first approved by the US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Ozempic, remember, I'm again saying it is not a weight loss drug. It rather leads to weight loss as a side effect. So it's not that anybody can walk in and start taking this drug. Let me very quickly, is it the right pick for you? Let's just first try and understand that. Whether you are the right candidate for Ozempic, if you are even thinking of using it as a weight loss drug. Effective weight loss, that's a plus as far as the drug is considered. Possible side effects. There are side effects as far as this drug goes. Effective, it helps manage diabetes, and it can cause nausea, it can cause fatigue as well. It reduces heart risk because of the pressure that your body goes under because of massive weight that you put on, but it also has a big loss of muscle that comes with this drug. Apart from that, it is a convenient injection, but it has potential for low blood sugar. It also suppresses your hunger, and that is how, in fact, your appetite, and that is how you lose blood. It may improve metabolism, but long-term use needed for result. The cost could be high. We don't know the cost, but what would be in India, but it is if you take it long-term, it could, in fact, punch a hole in your pocket. Now, a lot of celebrities across the globe, even in India, there is a lot of talk about people using this as drastic weight reduction, completely changing their appearance. Globally, Elon Musk, the billionaire, posted about using Ozempic along with fasting as a part of his weight loss routine. He has accepted that he's used Ozempic. Then Amy Schumer, she said that she tried Ozempic about a year ago. She also has seen a drastic weight loss. Other celebrities, those who have in fact also used this drug, that's Sharon Osbourne, lost about 42 labs. Ozempic was mentioned in her weight loss journey, and she said that it also led to nausea. Now, we also know that Lizzo admitted to trying Ozempic and said it helped her feel full and eat less as far as this drug is concerned. So there have been a lot of celebrities, including Rebel Wilson. She confessed that she had used Ozempic as an aid to weight loss. So all these celebrities have, in fact, agreed that they have used Ozempic. But in India, it's still some sort of a taboo. Celebrities have never confirmed whether it's Karan Johar or my next guest. My next guest on the show is popular actor Mr. Ram Kapoor, who is joining us at this moment. Ram, thank you so much for speaking to us. While I'm talking about Ozempic, a lot of people, your journey of the weight loss from a man who had 140 kilograms frame to dropping 55 kilograms has seen a lot of curiosity. Some people feel very inspired by it. Others have been saying that, oh, it's just Ozempic-led weight loss. How do you see it?
As you correctly pointed out, mixed reactions have been coming. Some people are very happy. Some people are trolling, all kinds of stuff. But all of us, once you're used to being in the public eye, you're used to kind of ignoring whatever you need to ignore. Whoever manages to do this, it's a very, very personal journey. It comes from very deep inside. So it's something that I've not really discussed in detail with anyone, because whenever they have to do it, they'll do it themselves. This is whoever goes through this much of a transformation, it's a very personal, a very deep process. So, but yes, I always smile when I read the trolls or the Ozempic and all the other drugs that I'm being associated with. It always makes me smile.
Can I ask you, for a lot of people, it's a very personal decision how and when they turn their life around. For somebody like you, and I was reading that you were suffering from a lot of diseases, what was that trigger point that led to this journey of weight loss?
Very good question. I used to always proudly tell my children that try everything in life, but make sure that it doesn't control you. Make sure you can give everything up. And I gave up alcohol, I gave up smoking, I gave up other substances, whatever I wanted to give up, I've given up, and I've made an example of that to my children. Vis-a-vis health and getting fit, I was getting more and more unhealthy, and my doctors were getting worried. They were saying you can have a diabetic stroke because you're 140 kilos, you're working non-stop. I was very unhealthy, and my children were watching me. My son was watching me, and I tried to lose weight twice. I lost 30 kilos twice, and it came back on because I didn't do it the right way. He didn't say anything, but I kind of knew that he's silently watching that Dada is not managing, he's failing. That started really bothering me, and that's why I kind of, I dug deep inside and I figured out why I'm failing, and then the mindset changed. But the trigger was whatever I wanted to achieve, I've managed. This took me 5 years. I tried twice and I failed. And I could not let him down, so I just had to find a way, and that's why the transformation.
Let me ask you this. Like you said, a lot of times you have heard how people have associated celebrities like yourself or Karan Johar or many others as using Ozempic as a drug to aid your weight loss. It is now being allowed in India. It will, make the debut in India as well. What do you first have to say about the availability of this drug? What is your view about this, Ozempic or other medicines which people are using for weight reduction?
This entire issue has confused the hell out of me because nothing makes sense. I can't figure out what is wrong with drugs like Ozempic or Mounjaro or all the others that are there because they are only designed to make people healthier. So I have never been able to understand why people take it in a negative way. The arguments that I have heard are things like, well, it's a shortcut. Okay, so what in medical science is not a shortcut? If you have a fever, you go to the doctor and get medicine so that that fever goes away quicker. Isn't that a shortcut? So this being a shortcut is a bad thing. Why? Then I've heard things like, oh, it's the easy way, not the hard way. Why would you want to do anything the hard way? You have one small life to live. Do things as quickly as you can, become healthy as quickly as you can, and live your life. So when I hear these things, I just get confused. Nothing makes sense. Why it's being allowed now in India is because it's a good thing to be allowed because it's making people healthier. You have to take it with the advice of your doctor. Obviously, we all, hopefully trust our doctors. So I've never been able to understand why all the negativity, not that it matters to me or to other celebrities who go through this, but it's something that has never made sense to me. All the negativity, where is it coming from? Because I don't see anything negative in anybody doing anything which is making them healthier and which their doctor is advising.
Let me ask you in conclusion, let me ask you straight. Your weight loss journey has been seen by a lot of people. Many take inspiration from that. Can you confirm to me here on NDTV, have you taken, Ozempic or any other drug to aid your weight loss journey?
It hasn't. However, it was only because I had a very bad accident and had to go through surgery. I was under, my doctor said I'm going to have a diabetic stroke because I was so unhealthy and I was working so much. He said, listen, you have to stop. But I couldn't because I was committed to projects. So he recommended, he said, then we've got to go get you some drugs and get you healthy as quickly as possible because I was under great risk. So we decided that we would explore the Mounjaro route and I was totally prepared to do so because I trust my doctor completely. But then I had a very bad accident. I had to go through very severe shoulder surgery, which required 9 months of physiotherapy. All drugs had to be stopped and it was strength training. That's how I got into this whole strength training thing. And then I kind of got addicted and then the fitness took over. So because of that accident and that surgery, I couldn't take the Mounjaro. Otherwise, I totally would because I genuinely believe that there is nothing wrong in doing something that the doctor's telling you to do to become healthier. It's just as simple as that.
Ram, thank you so much for joining us. Like you said, it's a very personal journey. When people decide how they want to lose weight, what they want to do, any drug that aids it, but for long term, in fact, you will have to supplement it with, better lifestyle, exercise, food habits. Only then is it sustainable. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. All right, we will have to wait and see how much is this drug going to cost in India. It will be interesting to, in fact, see how people, whether any celebrities, do they come out and say they've used Ozempic as an aid for weight loss as well. All right, short break. I'm coming back. Stay tuned.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
A.R. रहमान।
सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा।
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है।
मैडम एक बार को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire dabba trading scam.
The world's defining stage. Leaders, visionaries, decision makers, confronting the challenges of our time.
हमारा प्रयास होगा भारत की सेंचुरी, सिर्फ भारत की नहीं बल्कि पूरी मानवता की जीत की सेंचुरी बने।
NDTV World Summit 2025, Edge of the Unknown, 17th to 18th October, only on NDTV.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं। लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। एनडीटीवी इंडिया पर।
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul.
हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा।
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है।
मैडम एक बात, खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire Dabba trading scam.
The world's defining stage. Leaders, visionaries, decision makers, confronting the challenges of our time.
हमारा प्रयास होगा भारत की सेंचुरी सिर्फ भारत की नहीं बल्कि पूरी मानवता की जीत की सेंचुरी बने।
NDTV World Summit 2025, Edge of the Unknown, 17th to 18th October, only on NDTV.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं। लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। NDTV इंडिया पर।
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea.
Know about it, and as expected, the Khedkar family did approach a court seeking anticipatory bail. In fact, she had approached a court in Belapur with the request to grant her anticipatory bail. She had approached the court yesterday, but the hearing happened today, and there was various grounds, saying that she was wrongly implicated and so on, which was mentioned in that particular plea by Manorama Khedkar, and the court today giving interim protection to Manorama Khedkar and keeping the hearing for October 13th, which means an interim bail has been granted to Manorama Khedkar for now, and the police response to the anticipatory bail application she has filed. So it remains to be seen what will happen on October 13th. It is interim bail. This is an interim relief for the next few days, for the next 13 days. But after that, will some sort of strict action be taken? That remains to be seen. But the big question really is, where is Manorama Khedkar? Where is her husband? Because police had been on the lookout for the last several weeks and they are not traceable. But they have obviously activated their legal team who approached the court today, Belapur court. This comes in the jurisdiction of the place where the kidnapping had happened. An FIR has been registered in Navi Mumbai as well in connection to the kidnapping of the truck cleaner. And we know all the drama that happened post that. Yes, there have been series of allegations of misconduct against this family, and they are absconding at this point. Lookout notices have been issued, but despite that, they are being given some.
Radhika, it's hard. It's absolutely difficult for me to believe that they do not have the kind of political connections and the connection in the administration that they have. Otherwise, I don't think if the administration and the police wanted, they would have been on the run for so long not to be traced. And only now, of course, they would be making an appearance once they get this anticipatory bail. Thank you so much, Radhika, for joining us with all those details. This is an absolutely, baffling case. We'll keep a very close eye on this. Thank you so much for being with us. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years.
Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power. What is said
what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Now the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves and Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash. Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test. Pulling us other opposition parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here. What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
रहमान।
सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा।
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है।
मैडम एक बार को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire dabba trading scam.
The world's defining stage. Leaders, visionaries, decision makers, confronting the challenges of our time.
हमारा प्रयास होगा भारत की सेंचुरी सिर्फ भारत की नहीं बल्कि पूरी मानवता की जीत की सेंचुरी बने।
NDTV World Summit 2025, Edge of the Unknown, 17th to 18th October, only on NDTV.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं, लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं, एनडीटीवी इंडिया पर।
Across the country, he has tracked the
சொன்னாங்களே செஞ்சாங்களா?
Months before the 2026 Tamil Nadu polls, the biggest political battle erupts. Vijay declares war on DMK government.
CM sir, நீங்கள் ஏதாவது இந்த பழி வாங்கணும் அப்படின்ற எண்ணம் ஏதாவது இருக்குச்சுன்னா என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணும், அவங்க மேலே கை வைக்காது.
41 dead, but Vijay flexes muscle.
நாங்கள் போய் அந்த ஸ்பாட்டில் வந்து நாங்கள் பேசிட்டோம். நாங்கள் எந்த தவறும் இந்த சைடில் நாங்கள் எதுவும் செய்யலை. பட் இருந்தாலும் எங்கள் கட்சியை சேர்ந்த நிர்வாகிகள் தோழர்கள் மேலே FIR.
Stunning stampede flashpoint. The stampede war, Star versus Stalin. The Tamil Nadu war is on.
Vijay breaks his silence. The government goes all out with a full-fledged presentation. The BJP sends a team. The political heat is rising. Hello and welcome to the Southern View with Vasudha and me. Over the next 60 minutes, Vasudha, we'll focus all that happens in Chennai. I'm coming to you live from Chennai. Namaskaram, namaskara, baunara, nalarkingla.
Welcome, Veera. Namaskar to all our viewers. It's been an action-packed day in Chennai today, with the state administration clarifying on what really happened in Karur, and TVK's Vijay also releasing a video statement, his first after the stampede. But what is going to be the political fallout like? We'll get you all that and more. But first up, the headlines. EC releases final Bihar SIR numbers. 21 lakh new voters have been added. 3.66 lakh ineligible voters have been deleted. It's death by pothole in Bengaluru yet again. A 20-year-old has been crushed by a lorry while evading a pothole. Ozempic gets approval in India. The wait is finally over.
Well, 3 days after that monumental tragedy in Karur, Vasudha, the politics around it is intense. It's a political exchange, Vasudha, that tends to shape the narrative ahead of Assembly elections 2026, with Vijay breaking his silence and making the accusation of a conspiracy, the government sending out a strong message, and each political player in Tamil Nadu taking a stand based on political convenience, some would say, over the tragic loss of 41 lives in Karur.
That's right, Veera. In fact, in his first video statement after the Karur tragedy, Vijay has said that he has never faced such a painful situation in his life, and he also offered condolences to the families of 41 people who have lost their lives. Then the Tamil Nadu administration also released CCTV footage at the press conference today, claiming that the stampede began when a section of supporters surged towards chasing Vijay's convoy. So several allegations and counter-allegations. But first, let's take a look at some reactions.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் லைஃப்பில் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பெயின்ஃபுல்லான ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷனை நான் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணதே கிடையாது. மனசு முழுக்க வலி மட்டும்தான். இந்த சுற்றுப்பயணத்தில் என்னென்ன மக்கள் பார்க்க வராங்க, அதுக்கு ஒரே ஒரு காரணம் தான் அவங்க என் மேலே வச்சிருக்கிற அன்பும் பாசம். அந்த அன்புக்கும் பாசத்துக்கும் நான் எப்பவும் கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். சிஎம் சார், உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது இந்த பழி வாங்கணும் அப்படின்ற எண்ணம் ஏதாவது இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணுங்க. அவங்க மேலே கை வைக்காதீங்க. நான் ஒன்று வீட்டில் இருப்பேன், இல்லை நான் ஆஃபீஸில் இருப்பேன். என்ன வேணாலும் செய்யுங்க. கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 5 மாவட்டத்துக்கு பிரச்சாரத்துக்கு போனோம். இந்த மாதிரி எதுவுமே நடக்கல. ஆனால் கரூரில் மட்டும் ஏன் எப்படி நடக்குது? மக்களுக்கு எல்லா உண்மையும் தெரியும். மக்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. கரூரை சேர்ந்த அந்த மக்கள் அந்த உண்மையெல்லாம் வெளியில் சொல்லும்போது எனக்கு கடவுளே நேரில் வந்து இறங்கி அந்த உண்மைகள்லாம் சொல்கிற மாதிரி எனக்கு தோணுச்சு.
So there are two sharply different versions have emerged, one from the government and one from TVK stable, which is Vijay himself releasing a video statement. Now, Edappadi Palanichami of the AIDMK has also questioned why the government authorized a press conference like this, because he claims that this will influence the one-member judicial commission whose investigation is already underway. Earlier today, Veera also spoke to DMK MP Kanimoi, and this is what she said.
TVK has said that there is a conspiracy, criminal conspiracy, and demanded a CBI probe. Is the state ready for a CBI probe?
See, what the TVK and some people fail to understand is that when there is a political rally, when it is organized by a political party, even if the Prime Minister is attending it or the Chief Minister is attending it, there are rules and regulations which the police request the parties to follow. Nobody is above those, because it is not just for the police, it is for the safety of the leaders and the people who come to attend the rally. So TVK has been again and again saying that there are restrictions there. They ask you to, follow these rules. And when you don't want to do this, there are repercussions, and nobody expected something, such a tragic thing to happen. And I don't think this is a time for, starting political blame games. Even the Chief Minister yesterday, and when he put out a message, he has clearly stated that no leader that wants, their party people or any human being to be hurt or affected or so. I think this is a time where we have to reach out to these people who have been hurt and families which have lost loved ones.
So the question is that will there be an impartial probe? And the point being made by the TVK is that only the CBI can give us an impartial probe.
No, they moved the court, and let us see what the court is going to say. I don't want to say anything against it or for it. But already there is a commission which is there, and the probe has started. So let us wait. And I think the most important thing is when the police requests you, even when they've given you permission, if they say that there is too much crowd and let us stop here and address the gathering, then you listen to what they also have to say, because I think it comes from experience. The advice comes from experience, and not to spoil your rally or take away from the rally.
Having made that point, do you believe there is a case to file criminal liability against Vijay to make him an accused in this case?
See, I am again telling you, I do not want to get into blame games. I do not want to fix responsibility on anybody or find political mileage in this. And I'm nobody to say, because I don't have all the facts in my hand. There is a commission which is actually investigating. Let them come out with a report. We have to wait for that. But I think when there is advice, it is always wise to try to at least wait and see whether we have to follow it or not. We've lost lives and people are hurt and injured. You don't leave without trying to find out what happened, or even if the leader is not able to come back to the scene, what happens to the second rung leadership? You have to be there, taking responsibility in taking care of people.
Well, the DMK MP there saying that nobody should be politicizing this issue where many people have died. But of course, Veera, everybody seems to be also politicizing the same issue. Arun Raj.
That's right.
Yes, Arun Raj of TVK joins us now. Arun Raj is the General Secretary of the TVK. Thank you, Arun Raj, for speaking to NDTV. Sir, today the press conference by the state administration was aimed at rebutting a lot of claims which we have seen in the last few days, specifically with regard to conspiracy theories, with regard to police deployment, or even power cut, or even ambulances. What do you have to say after that?
First of all, when the state government has appointed a one-person commission, what is the need for a state missionary to give a press conferences? So this definitely shows that government is trying to influence this one-person commission which is probing this incident. Whatever the state governments or the state authorities, whatever facts they have, whatever evidence they have, they can very well put them across to this commission. I mean, I really fail to understand why the state government is trying to put this show in front of the people.
Sir, they are making that point primarily because the TVK has accused of a criminal conspiracy there. You moved the court. Now, this last 3 days, the TVK has been silent. It is sort of exposed that there is virtually no party infrastructure, party structure to respond to such a situation. A, does this expose the problems in the TVK? And B, why were you all so silent for the last 3 days, sir, and not speak out? We didn't see you in Karur with the people.
See, as I had earlier spoken to you, for every other party, this is an incident or on which they can do politics. But for us, it's a personal loss, a personal huge tragedy for us. So, we were in a state of mourning. And to come back to your other part of this question, we were certainly there at Karur when even our leader, we got this news when when we were all in the transit from this incident, the site to this airport. When this news came in, first we were in a state of disbelief. And when we got this news confirmed, our leader really wanted to go there to be there to share their grief with us, to meet the victims' families. But we didn't get any sort of cooperation from the state authorities. We tried to contact them, but we couldn't. Even only for the reason that we didn't want to precipitate this events. We didn't want another chaotic situation there. Our leader left the place with a heavy heart. After the leader went, in fact, we second-rank leaders wanted to go to the site, and I personally called the district collector that whether we wanted to go and visit this hospital. I didn't get any response from this district collector. So then coming to this fact that we were all, there is no second-rank leadership and all, is absolutely not the fact. In fact, this TMK government is trying to intimidate all the district secretaries. All the district secretaries, they have received calls from on their mobile phones, intimidating them that they will be soon arrested. This is what is happening right now.
Right, Mr. Arun Raj, but when Vijay comes up with this statement, video statement saying that this has happened only in Karur, a lot of people are saying that he's giving air to conspiracy theories without any evidence. How would you see this?
See, all we want is a fair probe. This particular one-person commission was announced even before a preliminary FIR was done, even before this range DIG had all the facts. Secondly, even this chairperson had earlier done an inquiry on one particular incident. This particular that commission's recommendations were not implemented in full when given that circumstances. And I like to also point out that having lost 41 lives, the minimum, leave alone transferring, leave alone suspending this district collector or SP, the minimum that is expected is transferring of this district collector and SP, so that there is no so this is what we want, a fair probe. This is what we want.
No, you're making a point saying that the state administration has not taken action against anyone there. Usually in a case like this, that also is there. You're saying the state is completely saying there was no fault of that. The state has put out its evidence and details and it will all be probed. I want to come to a political question, sir. You are seeking a CBI probe. As I asked you earlier, the BJP is a party you all have been attacking. As you go along, will this incident make the TVK a little more circumspect about taking on political forces? Do you believe that Tamil Nadu 2026 will end up being about the TVK's allegation versus the DMK's defense? And where do you see Vijay's rallies going from here on? Do you believe they will also be muted from now on?
See, but one thing which has emerged from this incident is that it has increased our resolve to be more stronger and more committed in our political struggle. Our leader, this is what our leader has said, that we will come back, we'll come back stronger. It is not that it is a sake of justice for those family members who have lost their loved ones. It is for the sake of justice for the entire state of, entire people of the entire state. We will be there, we are here. We are only, just because of this huge tragedy, we were in the state of mourning. We will be there, as our leaders said.
Okay,
we will be reaching out to the victims, and after that we'll resume our political activity with much more vigor and with much more commitment.
You are saying that today we will have to see how this plays out. Some would ask why Vijay has still not met the press and the media, and why your party, as you are giving an explanation. I wonder how that will cut eyes. But thanks very much, Mr. Arun Raj, for speaking to us here exclusively on NDTV. Vasudha, Arun Nehru of the DMK Perambalur MP, who was also there at Karur, joins us live right now. Mr. Nehru, the accusation is that the DMK is on an overdrive to say that we have nothing to do, there was no mistake on our part, and putting the blame on TVK even before there is categorical evidence at play. While you want to wait for evidence from TVK on the conspiracy angle, you also are trying to accuse the TVK before the final outcome of the investigation. Respond.
Sir, good evening. So, as Mr. Arun Raj pointed out, so they had a 3-day mourning. Right, understood. Any party with a leader of affiliation with fan following will have an 3-day mourning. Why wasn't a 3-day mourning allowed or followed for the conspiracy theories to float around? Even before the dawn could break on that night, we had so many conspiracy theories, and I did not see any one single person from that party which was there, which was liable for this whole episode, being present at the district level or at the government hospital. And you and I know very well that nobody needs permission to visit a government hospital. It's a government hospital. It's for everyone. So there is no, I think the point here is to make that the
But if Vijay had come there, it would have created more chaos.
No, if you haven't done anything wrong, why do you want to think about the chaos? Then who's at guilt here? So I don't want to point fingers here or find fault here. I don't want to still make a political point out of this tragedy here. Let's understand that this incident was because of poorly planned activities by the party, which is TVK in this case. And I'm not trying to blame them. They are new and there's a long way that they have to learn. But I think they also have to own up responsibility for this and actually learn from this. In fact, there was 2 events, sir. 1 week before, you had a leader of opposition, Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy, had the event at the very same place with the same number there. There was no issue there. Everybody went off. It was well organized. And 1 week before, we had a larger event. We had 2 lakh people congregate in Karur. Even with the same rules and regulations, even we had our conditions in place. We had ambulances. We had, escape, the exit routes. We had so many things for us to. See, we were organized and we planned it well. Just because somebody didn't plan it well, it doesn't mean the state administration should take ownership for the lives being lost. I will also point out another thing. Now, this event happened at 7:30 p.m. 10 p.m., CM was at the Secretariat, announced relief, immediately took a flight, and 2 a.m. was there. So the cause of this was still another party. But as an administration, as a responsible administrator, he went to Karur at 2 a.m. in the morning. He was there till 5 a.m. to ensure that everybody who had, affected by this tragedy had a dignified response from the government and proper follow-up from all these districts around.
But Mr.
So
Nehru,
the government is there on the ground with the people.
Right. Mr. Nehru, on the 13th of September, a similar rally was held in Trichy. That is your own city, your own constituency. And, we saw that when he was going to Bengaluru, he was stopped. You saw the kind of crowds, the bizarre, unprecedented crowds in Trichy. My question to you is, why was the state government not prepared? Why did you just, sort of restrict his entry for that matter? Why did you give him a venue that really couldn't fit in that kind of people? Why couldn't you stop him from going to this place? And more importantly, if TVK had not arranged water, why did the state government not do the same? Because at the end of the day, lives have been lost.
This is a political rally, ma'am. And they, taking responsibility is also taking resources on their own hands. Why should the government be responsible for their own requirements? And also, they had suggested 3 places, out of which 2 were outrightly rejected because they absolutely did not have any space for above 5,000. And they did not have an exit route for the people to come in and go out. This was the 3rd option suggested by the TVK and accepted by the police. It's not the other way around. So, to put it into perspective, just because there's a delay in the event and we stop it. We assume that, we go by your stand. And, DMK says that time is up, go to the next city.
Yeah.
And Mr. Vijay has been saying all around that there was no freedom in space, there was no freedom at stake. We have been all along, for any party to hold a rally, this is a democratic right. And we all along the way are telling them to come sooner because the crowd has actually gathered.
So when you say all this, Mr. Nehru, do you believe that a case should be filed against Vijay? Do you believe that while TVK general secretaries are being booked by the government is also politically wary that if we file a case against Vijay, it will boomerang and he'll become a hero? That's why you've not filed a case against him. Would you agree?
So, Mr. Veeraraghavan, I still don't want to, subscribe to any conspiracy theories here also. There's a one-woman commission, a very highly respected Justice Aruna Jagdishan, who's actually probing this. And I still don't want to take stands or mean tangentially to anything here. There are lives being lost and we need to fix responsibility. And that's why, in respect of DMK or the other party, we still have a justice who's respected to take a call from a 3rd point and show us, what went wrong and how not to do it again.
No, but you've already blamed the TVK, sir. You're already making allegations against TVK. Now, the same holds true for everyone.
Just because I asked the organizers to be responsible, if that is called blaming, I don't know what blaming is. I am just asking them that if you had actually organized a rally, you're responsible for the rally, you're responsible for the cadres too, and you're responsible to follow, those conditions that are being laid down for the safety and welfare of the people who are attending.
What do you have to respond to the opposition's charge, the AIDMK charge, that the government should not have authorized a press conference like what happened today because it will influence the judicial probe that's happening?
Madam, I seriously have no point to talk about this because there's no point to be made. It's the government that is actually trying to, make sure that the information is available to the public on the ground to scotch any rumor mongering, because rumor mongering makes it more worse. It's 41 lives that is lost, but the confidence of the people is very important, in the justice system that is being, meted out. So it is the responsibility of the government to also get information out. Just because somebody doesn't like it, doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right. Thank you, Arun Nehru, for joining us with those details. That was DMK MP from Bengaluru, Arun Nehru, speaking on the controversy, on the stampede, on the tragedy that unfolded in Karur a few days ago with 41 people dead. Moving on to some breaking news now, Vida. Adav Arjun has been booked for a social media post. Chennai Cybercrime has booked him, and this is just hours after he had posted a controversial post on X, but he had also deleted it.
That's right, Vasudha. This was a post that came out last evening. It was an extremely controversial post. It was deleted immediately, and I believe some TVK leaders had also taken strong objection to post and asked for it to be deleted immediately. It was something about Gen Z protests, etc., resulting in this case. The TVK itself was not happy about it. This morning when I met a senior TVK leader, he shared that, look, we made sure that it was deleted. Of course, the government not taking it lightly. I believe earlier in the day, Vasudha, DMK's propaganda secretary and parliamentary party MP from Nilgiri's A. Raja had also spoken out about that post. It was expected, anticipated all day long that there will be some kind of action against Adav Arjun, who is seen as the number 3 or number 4 in the TVK, the one after N. Anand, who's seen as the number 2 of the TVK, the general secretary in charge of election management for the TVK, Vasudha.
That's right, Veera. Moving on to the discussion today, the focus point. We are joined by Anurag Naidu, who's a political analyst. We have Kovai Satyan, who is spokesperson AIDMK. We also have A. Saravanan of the DMK. Thank you, all of you, for joining us on this broadcast. A. Saravanan, to you first. Sir, the opposition is questioning as to why would the state government authorize a press conference like this, because this will influence the Judicial Commission. What would your response be?
See, they want the conspiracy theories to go agog. They want the truth should not come out. That is the reason why Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy is saying this. One-man commission is headed by a judge. If a thing is given, if factual aspects are put out by the government, when so many theories are going around, how will it influence it? She is not looking at the conspiracy theories. She is looking at how, in what manner this had happened. And the Chief Minister has made it very clear that we will not tolerate mischievous posts which aim at disturbing the serenity in the state and which will have a bearing on the law and order issue. That is why this has been done.
Mr. Kovai Satyan, before I get into the political exchange, Saravanan, 1 minute. One minute, Saravanan. Let me ask Kovai Satyan this question. The government is purely just putting out facts as to who gave permission, what happened exactly. When there is so much information coming from the other side, why can't the government put out its facts? These are bureaucrats and police officers listing out stage by stage what happens. Why question that press conference?
The government is putting out the facts today. That's why there is a press meet, which means the last 2 days the government and their representatives are lying. Is that the case? I can give you an example. I don't want to make it personal. The respected DMK spokesperson on this panel denied police lathi charge when I made that allegation 2 days ago in the same channel. I said police did lathi charge. He said no, there were no such incidences. Today, Additional Chief Secretary confirms that there was a police lathi charge. The entire DMCO, IT wing and the ecosystem is saying lathi charge was mandatory because the cadres refused to give way for the ambulance. And today, Additional Chief Secretary says that lathi charge was made to make way for Vijay's convoy. And who is telling the truth now? Who is lying? And why is that conspiracy theory in the first place? Because of the actions of DMK. It's not because of something that started the day one the event took place. The way the DMK ecosystem reacted, acted and made statements fueled for this conspiracy theory. And today a TVK functionary makes a statement.
If you listen to Vijay's speech, he also thanks the police officials for, helping him get through that crowd, right? So there was a sense that probably the lathi charge argument, we don't know when did the lathi charge actually happen. So is there a sense of confusion, and that probably was what the cops and the civil servants were trying to clarify?
The Vijay started the song 10 Rupee Balaji. The current went off, then the lathi charge started. These are all the sequence of events as narrated by the people who attended the event. And this was not refuted with any facts by anyone. Even today in the press conference, this was not refuted. If DMK takes credit that Vijay thanked the police force, let them also agree to the fact that it is their miscalculation that led to this entire fiasco. The DGP walked out of the press conference when questioned about the police force present.
See, we have been...
Let me ask Saravanan to respond to that question. Saravanan, hang on. My point is that along with that question, I have another question. Two questions.
Yes.
One, what about action against Vijay itself, A? And B, most importantly, do you believe that this could potentially end up becoming an extremely delicate situation for the DMK as well if there is enormous build-up for the CBI probe? Do you believe this incident, as tragic as it is, could define political equations in Tamil Nadu in the coming days?
See, Raghav, I don't think any inquiry, whatever inquiry happens, the truth will come out. Earlier also, see, if you look at, there was a suicide of a girl, Lavanya, and the BJP and the other ecosystem made it as though there is a huge conversion angle, and the entire media erupted in flames. Oh, there is huge conversion going on. The case was given to CBI. The CBI said what the Tamil Nadu police said. There was no conversion angle. There is nothing. So the truth will speak for itself. Everybody is aware. That's what I keep telling you. Everything is recorded. He started speaking against Mr. Sendil. The ADMK is totally wary. They are totally afraid of Mr. Sendil Balaji. So at every possible opportunity, they want to attack him. That is why this is going on. There was no current cut. There were nothing, no slippers were thrown. Nothing of that sort had happened. That's what I'm saying. Everything. If you again ask me, the only reason why this had happened is that the organizers refused to listen to the DSP. The DSP said, stop this now and speak now. He refused to do that. The organizers refused to do that. That is why this incident had happened. Everything is in black and white.
You also had a lot of things in your control. It's an elected government and people expect that from you, that you assess the situation and take decisions and not really blame the entire crisis on a party that's just a fledgling party. We also have Nikhil Jain, who supports the Congress party, with us. He's a political analyst. But first, my colleague Vida was also the co-anchor here. He spoke to Narayan Tirupati, BJP spokesperson, on his views on the entire episode, and this is what he said.
Mr. Narayan Tirupati, Vijay has accused that there is a conspiracy. The state government has laid out categorical information to say that all permissions were given and it was TVK organizers who flouted several conditions. Who does the BJP see as the bigger enemy in Tamil Nadu? Is it the TVK or is it the DMK?
I think it is not the right time to, do politics in this. That is what we have been maintaining and saying for the last 4 days, that as far as this issue is concerned, we have to see to it that actually we have to find out where things went wrong. That is our first duty to find out. So let us not do politics in this. Why should I rush to say that TVK or DMK is our enemy or something like that? No. We have to understand that, 41 people have died in a public meeting done by a political party. So in order to see to it that it doesn't happen again, we have to learn from mistakes. Okay. Now, at present, we are involved in that. Our MP's team is, in touch with all those people in Karur.
Sir, the sense that people are getting is that Vijay has been attacking the BJP, but suddenly the BJP is going soft on Vijay because you see him as a potential force in Tamil Nadu. You see Vijay as a potential force in Tamil Nadu, so you would like the case to go to the CBI. That's the insinuation made by some opposition leaders.
If at all somebody does, they are wrong. And I strongly condemn them because it is not the time to discuss politics. That is what I am maintaining. I am telling you again and again that this is not the time to do that politics. And we are not bothered about, getting political mileage out of it because 41 lives and more than hundreds of families have been, disturbed in this issue. However, we need to see to it that who is responsible for this. There are two issues. Number one, the police or the state government charges Mr. Vijay, and the Mr. Vijay charges the state government. But we should know what went wrong and how, where. That is what we are saying. You have given permission. This is the democratic country where permission has been sought from the police. It is the police's responsibility to maintain law and order. That is what we have been saying. You just can't discount it.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Narayan Tirupati.
Thank you.
Okay, let me bring in Nikhil Jain here. Nikhil Jain, if we believe that BJP is going soft on Vijay, Congress is going ultra soft on Vijay. In fact, Rahul Gandhi has also had this conversation with Vijay. Do you feel that there is a possibility of change in dynamics, alliance dynamics in Tamil Nadu? Or is it just one way of getting more seats?
See, Vasudha, I feel right now every political player, whether it's the Congress or the BJP or the DMK, they're counting on their cards. They're looking at what way to respond to this particular controversy. And I think it also depends on how Vijay's party moves forward, who they're aligning with, and what is on offer with the BJP. Right now, although the fact that they're demanding a CBI inquiry, that looks that looks something very odd to me. When you already have a commission that is headed by a former judge of the High Court, why do you need a CBI inquiry? Because at the end of the day, any law enforcement agency is susceptible to some or the other political influence.
Nikhil Jain, the reason they say they need a CBI inquiry, Nikhil Jain, is because they say that the state police is the one that needs to be probed in terms of clearances that was there. They believe that the state administration is there are people in the state administration who are responsible for the conspiracy. Anurag Naidu, the BJP seems to be slowly soft peddling on Vijay. No, very brief response before I go to Anurag Naidu. Go ahead, Nikhil.
Sure. See, but the investigation, the commission is not part of the state police. It has been set up by the state government. I very well understand the concerns that you have, concerns that the state police will be biased when their own people are to be put at fault. But the commission is an independent commission. Then they are perfectly within their power to be looking, and they are a just body to be looking against allegations against the organizers, as well as against the organizations put forth against the police. I really don't understand how a CBI inquiry helps in that. That's my limited point.
All right, you're making that point, but Vasudha, how does the BJP see the turn of events here? You had a whole team from the BJP going down to Karur. We haven't seen that kind of demonstration. You cover the BJP extremely closely.
Well, Veena, what I understand is that the BJP understands that Vijay is a very important factor. In fact, their own surveys have told them that it is Vijay who has come up as a very strong opponent to the DMK. But at the same time, they are with the AIDMK. They want to ensure that it is that alliance that wins. So clearly, many, there is a change in dynamics, especially after what happened in Karur. And of course, there will be a certain sense of rethink. And the NDA was very quick to put together this delegation of 8 MPs that is in Karur today. Anurag Naidu, there is a certain criticism that every time there's a stampede that takes place, it has happened in Andhra as well, the NDA is not so quick to respond. We've not seen the NDA put together delegations to sort of examine what really is happening in different states. Why was the BJP so intent on ensuring that this delegation comes up with this report soon? In fact, I'm told that they could be meeting JP Nadda, the president, as soon as tomorrow to ensure that the report is sort of submitted.
Yeah, I think it's a good question, Vasudha. Before we start, I think my condolences with the family, and Veera is covering from the ground, and then there is expression, the distress that he carries, the anguish that he carries on the face tells the gravity of the situation. And the smaller coffins are often the most heavier to carry. The kids, Vasudha, I think it's a very sorry state of affair. But yes, coming to the question, it is important, it is unique that we have an NDA delegation. You are right. There's a very specific reason here, because this has become such a bipolar and polarized tutu meme between the TVK and the DMK that none of DMK would not want TVK to thrive. At the same time, TVK would want to put all the blame. So to unearth the main reason, things that we need to get answers like why there was not enough security, why is that just the responsibility of Vijay? It is not about Vijay. If you see the last 2 decades, the stampedes have happened mainly because of 3 reasons. Either it is religious reasons, the railway station stampedes, or the political rallies, right? So all these 3 reasons, the prima facie, the outcome of the investigation has always showed that it is system that has failed. It is the system that has collapsed.
Let me take this question to Kovai Satyan. Kovai Satyan, there have been 5 conspiracy theories, is what I understand. One, of course, is the power, then, of course, the ambulances, police deployment, Senthil Balaji, and of course 1 or 2 more arrangements with regard to water and of course, but today the press conference in some ways, and I went through the press conference again and again, there was an attempt to ensure that there are many things that are clarified. What is the AIDMK's primary concern with how the state administration dealt with this issue?
The fundamental questions that are unanswered is how did the state government and its machinery prepare themselves for this event is a question which still not there is a convincing answer. I will quote the number of discrepancies in today's press meet and day before yesterday's. The DGP of Trichy walked out of the press meet the moment they started questioning about the whole police force that was present. The question was, you say there are 500 people on ground, but we couldn't see, not even 100 were there. How many force were present? The DGP walked out of the press conference. And today, Additional Chief Secretary says, TVK gave us an estimate of 10,000, but we anticipated 20K. So for every 20%, one police force was deployed, which means the number should be 1,000. So there are glaring discrepancies, which is fueling to this theory of something untoward incident happened. It was instigated by some miscreants. So let us understand, did this government follow the SOP put in place? The second, Vira, I'll finish.
No, Kovai Satyan, I get the point. I'm going to ask you one final political question because we are running out of time. Does the AIADMK
just for
see
crowd
this
monitoring and management? Veera, this point is crucial and the sharing.
All right, you're making a point, Kovai Satyan. I have a simple political question to ask for you. Does the AIADMK see this as an opportunity where the TVK gets mellowed down? Do you believe that the demand for the CBI probe and the fact that your party has not taken on the TVK, and I'll say this again, even you, while you say that you blame everyone, you've been as harsh on the TVK as you are on the DMK. Do we see this as an indication of the AIADMK, like the Congress, fishing in tragic waters?
Our party stand is we are not political scavengers, nor we have any political connections to this. A common man's life is lost in Tamil Nadu repeatedly because of the incompetence of this government. 68 precious lives is lost because of Hooch tragedy, 5 precious lives because of the air show, the 22 again in Hooch tragedy, now 41. So this is a repeated exercise, but this government in 2023 purchased drones which are used for crowd management and control, and they trained police personnel. The headquarters is in Chennai. What happened to that unit? What happened to the technology which they just beat at that point of time that we have got a technological solution to do a crowd management? It is a waste of public money. It is not one.
As political as it may be, I think you are making very important points in terms of loss of life in tragedies like this. But Vasudha, the one hand is the investigation and the facts that will have to come out. On the other hand is the loss of 41 lives, an enormous blot in the history of Tamil Nadu in terms of election campaigns. One hasn't seen this kind of a tragedy of this scale. And finally is the politics of it. How this is going to define, because this is a very, very difficult moment as far as the state is concerned, but one that will also define the narrative building up to next year, 2026, Tamil Nadu. But thanks to all our guests for joining us, Vasudha. This conversation isn't ending here. It will keep going on here in Tamil Nadu as well as in New Delhi.
Absolutely, Veera. In fact, Tol Tirumavalavan has just tweeted that the Congress should also be sending a fact-finding team to Karur to find out what really happened. But given that there is a lot of change in dynamics, the way people are looking at alliances now also shows that that is an important decision that we could be tracking. But yes, like you pointed out, Karur stampede is not just about the crowd chasing a leader, it's more about accountability and responsibility, something that we will keep asking questions on. With that, it's time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं
और आप
घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea, witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones, brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Finessa windows, beautiful and durable designs. Installation से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस. आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए.
Find finer Finesta.
Rajasthan is history, culture and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of there.
Gold Plus Clear Glass. Far ho ya near, sab kuch dikhe clear.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves.
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players and this is going to be the ultimate test.
Pulling us
Other
into
opposition
this
parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. Stop. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
What seems settled for me. What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं
और आप
घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार। सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में
Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited a Durga Puja pandal in Delhi's CR Park today on the occasion of Maha-Ashtami, the 8th day of Navratras. Upon visit, the Prime Minister offered prayers at the Kalibari temple. This is in CR Park. It's Bengali-dominated area in New Delhi. Earlier today, Prime Minister Modi also greeted everybody on the auspicious occasion of Maha-Ashtami. In fact, he said on X, and I quote, "May this sacred occasion bring happiness, peace and excellent health into everybody's life." He also shared recital of the prayers to the goddess. The Prime Minister there offering prayers at the Kalibari temple on the occasion of Maha-Ashtami today. With that, it's time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, most stunning true color pro grade camera. Motorola Edge 60 Pro. Grab Motorola Edge 60 Pro today.
PCI releases final Bihar SIR numbers. 21 lakh new voters have been added and 3.6 lakh ineligible voters have been deleted. It's death by pothole in Bengaluru. Yet again, a 20-year-old has been crushed by a lorry while raiding a pothole. Ozempic gets India approval. The wait is finally over. Prime Modi has welcomed US President Donald Trump's announcement of a plan to end the war in Gaza, calling it a viable pathway of lasting peace in West Asia.
The world's defining stage. Leaders, visionaries, decision makers, confronting the challenges of our time.
हमारा प्रयास होगा भारत की सेंचुरी सिर्फ भारत की नहीं बल्कि पूरी मानवता की जीत की सेंचुरी बने।
NDTV World Summit 2025, Edge of the Unknown, 17th to 18th October, only on NDTV.
तू ही तो है जिसकी सच्चाई वाली क्लैरिटी की वजह से मैं आज यहाँ हूँ।
गोल्ड प्लस सिल्वॉक्सी मिरर्स, ऐसी क्लैरिटी कि आपको सिर्फ सच नजर आए, चाहे कितने भी साल बीत जाएं।
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं।
और आप
घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
फिनेस्टा विंडोज, ब्यूटीफुल एंड ड्यूरेबल डिजाइन्स, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
फाइनर फिनेस्टा।
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं, लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। एनडीटीवी इंडिया पर।
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं। उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Rajkol, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Rajasthan is history, culture and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players and this is going to be the ultimate test.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं
और आप
घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert
showcasing the NDTV 24/7 Prime Time, presented by Schneider Electric, Smart Home Solutions as studio partner.
Superstars of Tamil cinema are not new to Tamil politics. Karunanidhi, MGR, Jayalalitha, Captain Vijay Kant, even superstar Rajnikant dipped his toes in Tamil politics before deciding it was not for him. And now it's superstar Thalapathy Vijay, whose political debut begins with the deaths of 41 people at a horrific stampede in Karur. It becomes a signal moment for this new wannabe superstar of Tamil politics. The question now is
Will it propel him into political success, or could it be a breaking moment for his big political entry? Here on India Matters tonight, superstar Vijay continues to be in focus because today, finally after 4 days following the horrific Karur stampede in which 41 of Vijay's followers, including little children, were killed, he finally put out a video talking to his supporters. It has absolutely detonated a nuclear bomb, politically speaking, in Tamil Nadu. And that's why the big stampede showdown is debate number 1 tonight on India Matters. And the second big story, I cannot get away from it, is NDTV's campaign, Death by Potholes. A young college-going student died as a result of a pothole in Bengaluru city. I'm going to show you those because most of it was captured on camera. It is truly a heartbreaking, infuriating story. And it is my duty tonight on India Matters to tell you Dhanushree's story as well. This is the most painful situation of his life. That is how Vijay begins his first words 3 days after his Karur rally turned into one of Tamil Nadu's worst political stampedes, killing 41 people. The superstar politician finally broke his silence today, and it is telling that his long cinema-style dialogue is filled with filmy lines and a wounded hero act, not the plain, unvarnished truth one would expect. 41 of Vijay's own followers died a violent, needless death, including little toddlers, at least in part because of choices made by Vijay himself and his team. Yet Vijay appears in this video before the camera not as a leader taking responsibility, but as an actor in a scene about sabotage and conspiracies. I hear the video was recorded yesterday. There's no confirmation on that. But if that were true, then it has been held back for a day because release another calculation about timing, optics, and self-protection. Instead of opening with grief for the dead and remorse for what went wrong, Vijay opens with his personal pain. Instead of a clear promise of justice and accountability, we hear him dare Chief Minister M.K. Stalin to act against him while pleading for his fans and cadres to be spared. Instead of simply admitting to organizational failure, which it was, at least in part, which must have at least partially played a part, in addition to crowd management lapses, the unsafe venue his own party insisted on, he fuels theories that his movement is being undermined, the external hand. Not once in this video of 4 minutes and 45 seconds released by Vijay does this so-called superstar say, "I am sorry." Not once does he own that it was ultimately his event that turned so deadly. Not once does Vijay promise the bereaved families that their loved ones will not have died in vain. Of course, he promises them compensation and support, but he doesn't speak to them. Every move now seems built to protect Vijay's image first, and everything else is secondary. And why wouldn't it? Vijay's supposed rivals, the DMK, the Congress, have made it so easy for him. No party dares confront Vijay by name. Even the ruling party of Tamil Nadu, the DMK, whom Vijay is taunting openly, treads very carefully, unwilling to risk taking him on head-to-head, pointing fire instead at Vijay's minions and party office bearers, some of whom have been arrested. Now that silence from the political class is what emboldens Vijay to treat a mass casualty tragedy as a moment to project the good guy fighting faceless villains. The narrative is familiar, the underdog blocked by a political establishment afraid of his rise. Only this time, 41 real lives were lost. Vijay stands on a razor's edge tonight. By refusing even partial ownership of what happened to his followers, he has shown he is not yet the Talapati his legions of fans say he is. Cinema scripts can be rewritten to keep the heroes spotless. Real life cannot. In the real world, leaders who want to be taken seriously must look a grieving public in the eye and say, "I failed, we are sorry, and we will make it right." Vijay chose instead to stay a movie star playing politics, and that should worry everyone who hoped for something better. It is in this depressing political weather that Vijay has confidently fired his first shots.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் லைஃப்பில் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பெயின்ஃபுல்லான ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷனை நான் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணதே கிடையாது. மனசு முழுக்க வலி மட்டும்தான். இந்த சுற்றுப்பயணத்தில் என்னென்ன மக்கள் பார்க்க வராங்க, அதுக்கு ஒரே ஒரு காரணம் தான் அவங்க என் மேலே வச்சிருக்கிற அன்பும் பாசம். அந்த அன்புக்கும் பாசத்துக்கும் நான் எப்பவும் கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். சிஎம் சார், உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது இந்த பழி வாங்கணும் அப்படின்ற எண்ணம் ஏதாவது இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணுங்க. அவங்க மேலே கை வைக்காதீங்க. நான் ஒன்று வீட்டில் இருப்பேன், இல்லை நான் ஆஃபீஸில் இருப்பேன். என்ன வேணாலும் செய்யுங்க.
So these are the questions I'm asking tonight on India Matters. Will Chief Minister M.K. Stalin call Vijay out by name, or is he and his party going to only tiptoe around the TVK, which is Vijay's party? Question number 2. Is Vijay calling the shots thanks to the DMK, the Congress and all other parties being very, very wary about taking on Vijay directly? Is that what has made Vijay call the shots and be on top? Number 3. Does no Neta have the stomach or the spine to take on Vijay directly because of the political compulsions that we've been pointing out? Number 4, will stampede politics help or hinder Vijay's political debut? Remember, elections are only a few months away in Tamil Nadu. And finally, no balm, only blame. Is this Vijay's mistake or is this Vijay's masterstroke? I'm talking about the contents of the video that he put out earlier today. Okay, Dr. Kalanidhi Veeraswamy is a member of parliament from the ruling DMK. Kasturi Shankar is an actor, an activist who supports Vijay. The TVK has refused to join this debate for understandable reasons. So let me begin with them. Dr. Veeraswamy and Kasturi, welcome. Dr. Veeraswamy, I'd like to start with you. Vijay is directly daring the Chief Minister, your Chief Minister in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Stalin, to come at him, to take action against him, to attack him, but your party refuses even to name Vijay. Why is your party so nervous about naming Vijay and taking him on directly, sir?
To answer your question, you should understand how a political party functions. I mean, like, you always have a party leader, and then you have people who are under them, like the general secretary and the district secretary and all these people. So when Vijay is going on a tour and campaigning or whatever, I would say that moral responsibility is his. There is no doubt about that. The moral responsibility is his because he had promised that he is going to be at a meeting at 12 o'clock and he reaches the spot at 7 o'clock. So let me talk to you about how these kind of rallies occur. Usually in Tamil Nadu, these kind of van rallies or bus rallies happen in the evening because they don't want the people to be suffering in the scorching sun. And the next is, they don't make them wait for hours together because they know that these people are vulnerable, where they will be subjected to dehydration, hunger, and they will not have adequate toilet facilities and hypoglycemia. As a doctor, I will tell you that expecting people to stand for such a long time in the scorching sun
But Dr. Veeraswamy, with the greatest of respect, that's not answering my question. I'm asking a political question tonight, sir. I'm saying that Vijay has put out a 4-minute, 45-second video today where he is calling out Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, yours as well, saying, take action against me. He's practically openly Mr. Stalin and saying, take action against your party and your government in Tamil Nadu of conspiracy and sabotage, things like that. It is a very filmy kind of video he has put. And the reason he seems emboldened to be able to do that is because your boss and your party are not willing to take him on directly. You've arrested a few TVK members and office bearers. Nobody in your party seems to want to take Vijay on directly, sir.
No, see the thing, that is what I was trying to say. So, to say that Vijay was directly responsible for something which even I would not accept, but at the same time, I would say that he is morally responsible. But today's message that he has put out, I would say that it's a vicious and irresponsible, and it's something where action should be taken. because he has not said you take action against me. He has implied that the chief minister is in some way responsible for the stampede and the deaths of these 40 people. That is what he has alleged, because I don't know if you understood the Tamil, whether how people have translated it to you. He has said, don't touch my party cadre, touch me if you dare. So this is the kind of filmy dialogue that he has made. And I take that it is a very, very irresponsible and something which is to incite further violence using his followers. I think he is planning to incite violence in the state of Tamil Nadu. See, we have adequate number of evidences to show that there is some reasons what can be put to Vijay and his party for the things that have happened. Even if they have some allegations against the functioning of the government or the district authorities, they have set up an inquiry commission under one retired Justice Aruna Jagadisan. So even when this inquiry is in progress, to make out a statement like this, I think is something which has a very mischievous motive, and I feel that action should definitely be taken against him. Now that he has put up this video, we'll have to wait and see what the Honorable Chief Minister and the government of Tamil Nadu is going to be doing.
Kasturi Shankar, the TVK has leaders who have put out dangerous stuff on social media. They've been booked for it. Some arrests have been made. But, one would have expected Vijay to show a little bit more humility. He made this entire video about his own pain, cinematic dialogue over, a little bit of speaking directly to the supporters after 41 people have died. He seems to be completely emboldened by the fact that the DMK, the other parties in Tamil Nadu, seem so completely unwilling to take him on directly. What do you think, Kasturi?
I don't see what other parties have to do with this. Let me say that, number one, first things first, I think Vijay, instead of putting out a video in which he says, take on me, CM sir, I will be found, you can find me either in my home or my office. It would have been much more welcome if he had said, I will be found with the people of Karur. You can find me there. Please come and take on me. I will be there grieving with them. It's the biggest mistake he's making, is that he is putting out this video instead of actually being with the people. No matter what I know what difficulties he must be facing. I know what challenges he must be facing. The restrictions that the police may be advising him of, because I have been through the same thing. On a smaller scale, people have restricted my movement. The police has said flat out, we cannot let you go and attend an event because we cannot risk any consequences. So I'm sure that they are advising him in similar manner, saying, if you go, it is going to become even more of an issue, or maybe even more people will die. We don't know what kind of advice he's getting. That said, he should have been there. He should have been with the people. Sending out a video is too little, too late, number one. Number two, you asked why no party is taking him on head on. What is there for other parties to take him head on? The BJP is a national party.
Let's just talk about the DMK. Just focus on the DMK.
So then let's not say other parties are not taking him head on, because I must clarify that Mr. Seeman has been completely demolishing Vijay's political ideology on every stage. The BJP has its answers for Vijay's allegations.
Congress and DMK, let's focus on those two. The ruling parties in Tamil Nadu.
TVK, when it comes to DMK versus TVK, and I say this completely in terms of power, Vijay is the David that's taking on the DMK's Goliath. I'm not saying this in terms of people's allegiance or even love for the DMK. I'm talking about the DMK being in power, being in access to power, being in control of the media, the police, and the entire system. So Vijay is one single person, no matter, superstar, yes. Vijay is one single person, aided by newcomer politicians, newcomer advisors, and he's taking on the DMK. So of course the DMK wants to downplay it at every point.
Dr. Veeraswamy, let me come back to Dr. Veeraswamy. With Vijay openly defying MK Stalin and the government of Tamil Nadu, the DMK seems to be very, diffident, very reluctant to take him on directly, and that's making you look weak. The DMK seems to almost be defending Vijay and saying, oh, he's morally responsible but not actually responsible. He may not have experience. Why is the DMK being so reluctant, sir? He's taking you on directly in your face.
No, that opportunity has been given now that he has come out with a statement like this. I mean, like when Madam Kasturi spoke about that the DMK has all the media in their pockets, I don't presume that she is talking about NDTV also. And the other thing is, when that opportunity was given, where Vijay had to, express his remorse, he came out with a statement which was very, very mischievous, like I said earlier. And I am sure that some action will definitely be taken. And also there is a court-directed commission which is inquiring into the whole process, where they have lambasted him for why he was delayed for 6 hours, knowing that people were gathered over there from 10 o'clock in the morning in the scorching sun, where they did not have adequate facilities like water, sanitation, like toilets and all those things. So the courts have taken cognizance of all these things, and we are sure that action will be taken. And now that this statement has come out, where mischievously he has said that touch me if you dare, do not dare to touch my followers, is something which he is trying to incite violence. And for this speech of his, I am sure that some action will be taken where cases might be booked on him. So we just have to wait and watch. Because personally, if you ask me, see, as a leader, party leader, he cannot take responsibility for the organization of an event in some district which is where he has no clue about. Whatever he speaks regarding the district will be something which is written by.
I wish to interrupt. This brings me to the logical question. If the chief minister cannot take responsibility for the district, then we want to know what Mr. Anbil Mahesh was doing, crying his heart out on television.
I am not talking about the chief minister, or I am not talking about the Anbil Mahesh. I am talking about
what was Mr. Davidson Azibadam
coming
doing?
out with some absurd questions, madam.
Why was the chief cop of Madras in Karur? What was the Karur police doing?
I will leave the podium to you. You can finish the whole process with your own time. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Go ahead, Kasturi, finish your point. Let's do it one by one so everyone can speak.
There are a lot of points that do raise suspicion. I mean, the doubts have to be raised. People are talking about it. First question is, why is a top cop of the Chennai city answering all questions, fielding press meets instead of the Karur Police Department? Why is Anbil Mahesh there crying his heart out? Even Sendil Balaji, yes, obviously he is from Karur, he is in charge of Karur. That makes sense. But why are all the others, people were making, DMK has itself to blame for the kind of controversy that has been kicked up now, because they made a huge issue out of it. They tried their level best, pulled out all stops to paint Vijay as the villain here. I mean, nobody is refusing.
Let me, okay, your point is taken. Dr. Veeraswamy, one question, because I understand that I need to let you go, but the perception right now is that nobody in your government, in your party, including the chief minister, has the stomach to take on Vijay directly because of the obvious reason. The elections are coming in just a few months from now, and it is seen to be politically risky to go up against Vijay in any sort of apparent manner. And that's the reason why no direct action is being taken against him, sir. 41 people are dead. Let's not forget that number.
No, I don't believe that action will not be taken against him. I'm sure that action will be taken against him probably in a day or two. This is what I believe. But we have to wait and see what the Honorable Chief Minister and the government of Tamil Nadu is going to decide. And also to answer Madam Kasturi's question regarding Chennai police, somebody was answering and speaking. I don't know who she is referring to. Because
Mr. Davidson Asirvadam.
Mr. Davidson Asirvadam is the ADGP of Law and Order and the DGP. These are the people who are responsible throughout the state. They are not for Chennai. So let me kindly correct you. And when we are talking about Anbil Mahesh, you have to understand that all ministers, he is from a neighboring district where he was accessible, where he immediately went, where our Honorable Chief Minister had informed the cabinet to be available for rescue and rehabilitation and relief. So when that instruction was given that everyone, including the local minister, the ex-minister, Mr. Senthil Balaji, the district secretary, and then Ma Subramaniam and the deputy chief minister, and even the honorable chief minister had gone and visited. The question that you should be asking, like how our anchor is doing, is why is Vijay not doing? Why is he coming out and not even expressing condolences for the people who have died, expressing little bit of grief, remorse?
He has done that. And why were these instructions not given in Kallakurichi? Why were these instructions not given during the lockup death? Why were these instructions not given during the 5 people who died, 15 people who died during the air show? So these instructions are only given in Karur. Is a little bit
all
difficult
these are stampedes where at every point of time, kindly do not distort the facts. At every disaster, wherever happens, the local functionaries and whoever is available around have all made it a point to go and visit the bereaved families or to express their condolences and to pay their respects. So kindly do not distort the fact that these people had not gone or visited them.
They have not gone. I have not seen such an outburst from any of your leaders, sir, for the
gravity of something
which
like
the government
this,
is solely responsible.
We saw there was one.
We are talking about 2-year-old children. 10 of children have died. We have not seen this kind of an incident ever in the history of Tamil Nadu. So we understand that political rallies can be a problem.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Get affected too. This logic
but let me point
out.
out.
The only thing we learned is that Udayanidhi goes to Dubai every weekend. This is what we learned.
No, one second. I want to also point out one fact that A. Raja, senior.
Sir, can I just interject to make, because he makes a derogatory remark, I cannot let it go unanswered.
No, I understand that. I understand. No derogatory remarks. I also, just by way of an example, A. Raja, former Union Minister, senior leader of the DMK, also attacked Adava Arjuna, the General Secretary of the TVK. But even he has not taken on Vijay directly. So it's very conspicuous what is going on. There are compulsions at play, but Dr. Veeraswamy says...
all these people are the ones who are coming out with allegations. Vijay has not opened his mouth. He has only opened his mouth today. So far, he has kept mum, like I said, not expressing grief or condolence to any of the dead. He has only come out to attack politically in a scathing remark.
This is not true. He came up with a statement 3 days ago.
No, that's what I said. I said that the video that Vijay has put out is very filmy. It's all about heroes and villains. He's not talking about the people themselves. He's talking about his own pain. He's not talking about the pain of the people. It seemed more as a exercise in self-aggrandizement rather than propitiation before the public, which he owes his entire stardom to, which is what the question of this debate really is. And that is even more, it reinforces my question as to why his political rivals are refusing to take him on directly. I'm going to repeat myself ad nauseum in this debate because it is conspicuous to the public. People are waiting and watching to see where things land as far as Vijay is concerned in this election. Is this particular tragedy going to be is it going to cause mayhem in his campaign? Is it going to abort his campaign? Or is it going to be a huge crisis opportunity for him to become even bigger? Right now, the DMK doesn't seem to be causing too many problems for Vijay, is the point I'm making. Dr. Veeraswamy, thank you very much for being with me on India Matters tonight. I'd like to open up this debate now. Kasturi continues to be with me. Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, former governor, former president of the Tamil Nadu BJP, is with us. V. Pugarendi is spokesperson of the AIA DMK. Dr. Syed Hafiz is spokesperson of the DMK. Dr. Prateep Philip is a former DGP in Tamil Nadu. And Sriram Ganesh, who I'm going to go to at the end, is someone who has followed Vijay for a long time and has been an ardent fan of Vijay. The fans of Vijay are very important tonight, so I'm going to be going to Sriram as well in just a moment from now. But let me bring in Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan from the BJP. Dr. Soundararajan, the DMK versus TVK face-off that's playing out right now in Tamil Nadu. What are you making of it? The BJP is on the sidelines, but someone who's been in the middle of this politics, this seems to be the big flashpoint before the election right now. The DMK is unwilling to take on Vijay directly, ma'am.
First of all, BJP is with the people. And so only our state president visited, myself visited, and Madam Finance Minister visited, and today our delegation has been is visited. And they are interacting with the people. So we are with the people. First of all, I want to convey this message because our Honorable Prime Minister also sent a direct message through our Honorable Finance Minister. And we are with the people. That's I want. Apart from the political situation, we are with the people. Second thing, the grief. I am thinking about the crying. I'm hearing even the crying voices of the mothers, brothers, sisters, fathers. So it is very unfortunate such incidents happened in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
But who is to be blamed? Vijay is a newcomer and he conducted a rally. But the opinion about his video today, from morning, there is a move from the DMK. Whether the press conference of Kanimali, press conference of A. Raja, and arresting the functionaries of TVK, and arresting the district presidents of TVK, and arresting the social media in charges of TVK, and briefing by the IAS officers on the incidents. So totally, in spite of inquiry going on, when we asked why didn't they take action on the collector or SP, they explained that the inquiry is going on. But in spite of the inquiry going on, in spite of there is no any result about disclosed, they started arresting, they started harassing the TVK cadres. So this made him to, I'm not accepting a leader broadcasting a video. He should be with the people. But because of the commotion, emotion, situation in Tamil Nadu.
But madam, isn't the DMK threatened by Vijay? Are you surprised by their actions in not taking any direct action against him? It's politics after all.
Yeah, definitely politics. But they want to they want to hide themselves, and they don't want to directly take on him. They don't have any courage that because the people suspect some conspiracy theories also. So when they directly take on the victim will be the DMK in future elections also. So they are playing a play card like this. And even now, today, when our delegation wanted to meet the collector and the SP, first they gave the appointment and then they denied it. So they are playing a safe play in spite of knowing everything, and they want to hide some of the true factors which made these calamities occur.
Final question, Dr. Soundarajan, is that Vijay TVK has been taking on the BJP also directly. He has been attacking the BJP quite routinely in his speeches. But even the BJP is unwilling to attack him directly. Take Vijay's name and attack him directly.
No, this is not the time. That's what I'm telling. This is not the time. As I said, we are with the people. Even when we were conveying our message, we were with the people. So we don't want to take on. And another thing, it's a state assembly elections. And he was intensively fighting with the DMK. And even his cadres are fighting with DMK. So we don't want to take a stand on whose support we are and who we are supporting.
Okay. Dr. Tamilisai Soundarajan, thank you very much. Now let's get back to the politicians. V. Pugarendi represents the AIA-DMK. Dr. Syed Hafiz, the spokesperson of the DMK. Dr. Pradeep V. Philip, former DGP of Tamil Nadu, has a police view on this because this is not just about the politics. Mr. Pugarendi, your leader, former Chief Minister Edapadi K. Palaniswamy, is one of the leaders who has actually taken on Vijay sort of directly, has perhaps attacked the TVK more directly than any of the other parties. What do you think of the DMK's response to this?
Sir, good evening. I am from AIDMK Coordination Committee. One thing. The second thing, I am welcoming, appreciating immediately that Honorable Chief Minister went to Karur and given the instruction, taken the action, everything is correct. But my own opinion, I studied everything. I was there in Karur, but police allotted the narrow place. They given the letter for 4 places. They allotted the narrow place, was allotted narrow place. That is huge crowded coming. They know now they are warning. Already warned. They are not listening like that. Police is telling now. No.
But what I'm asking you, what is your view on how the DMK has reacted to Vijay's video today? They have not taken him on directly.
He is asking one question. Why Karur? That is a very important question. Only Karur it has happened this. Another 3 places previous conducted the conference like huge crowd, historically crowded, but nothing has happened. Why only Karur like that? He is asking the question. That is very valuable question, not the ordinary question. Very important. The another one thing is I am pointing out, sir, that I am appreciating the Chief Minister first. The second thing is very important. The Karnataka, next state, what has happened, the cricket incident, RCB won. The 11 people on the spot, dead. What has happened, the government immediately suspended the commissioner, joint commissioner, additional commissioner, the jurisdiction inspector officer, all the people suspended. They have taken the action. Now the government, Honorable Chief Minister again appointed Aruna Jagadish as a very good judge, no doubt about it, justice. But for this single bench inquiry or some whatever may be.
Okay, no, but all these things are the point I'm making, sir, is that all these things are happening, but Vijay is still emboldened to say what he wants, mount a direct attack on the Chief Minister who you are praising, and nobody seems to be able to do anything about it despite 41 people dead. Tonight I am speaking for those 41 people. Ultimately, a part of that blame has to be with the boss of the party, Dr. Syed Hafiz, with Vijay pointing directly at your party boss and saying, show me what you got, come at me, and the DMK not really able to do it. Dr. Soundararajan is right. The DMK is in a bit of a tricky situation right now.
She's also correct, because what I am also asking the same question.
That was for Dr. Syed Hafiz.
No. Police is the main, because of the police mistake. The police is the main reason the allotted the
Mr. Pugarendi, that question was for Dr. Syed. Dr. Syed, if you heard me, go ahead.
Yeah, the statement of Tamilisai Soundararajan is an oxymoron. On one hand, she says she is with the people and she doesn't want to politicize it. But on the other hand, she says the DMK is mute, is mum. That is kind of a weakness. See, as a party in power, we have an additional responsibility of law and order. We know what to do. The investigation is on. There is a process in the way the administration works, the police works. At the first place, with the prima facie, we have arrested the district secretary who is in charge of the event. So that things will follow. We are not scared of Vijay. Maybe Chief Minister is not directly responding. I am telling you, the video of Vijay shows that how incapable, how ill-informed, how insensitive and how provocative he is. As an official spokesperson of the DMK, this is my stand against Vijay. You can take it. This is the official line as well. Where is the question of we are scared? We will handle it at the time we want to, in the way we want to. Chief Minister cannot be responding to everything. This is not
Kasturi, you want to respond to that? We will do it at a time and place of our choosing. We will do it when we can, says the DMK. So don't judge us right now.
No, the subtext is we will do it when it most benefits us. We will do it when it is the best strategy for us. This is something we didn't expect. We thought we wanted to, this is the subtext I'm hearing. We wanted to somehow get Vijay into a quandary. And today this has come into our hands. It has fallen into our laps. So we will, the very fact that Mrs. Honorable Justice Aruna Jagadish, since one person commission has been appointed, is to make sure that before the elections, this issue does not get resolved. It's not going to take a few days. It will take forever. It is going to be a
Dr. Syed, quick answer. Then I'll end with the police and the fan of Vijay. Yes, Dr. Syed, quick answer.
Yeah, these are the interpretation of the BJP spokesperson. I would say you didn't send a firefighting committee from the BJP to Manipur. Now you have sent. It is an intimidation to Vijay, to hijack Vijay, to threaten Vijay, and keep him as your lapdog. Is this my interpretation of your fact-finding committee? Everyone has their own interpretation. I talked about the administration. No, let me complete. I didn't interrupt you when you were talking. It is my time. Shiv Karur has given me this time. I'm talking. It is your interpretation. I spoke it on the administration point of view. It was not political. Administration knows when to take action. I can't be sitting here and saying just because Kasturi feels it, I should do it now. The administration there is a due process. There is an SOP, how the police acts in such cases. So if you're going to question that, I don't understand what it is. Should you see Vijay behind bars? Is your choice, is what you want. But just for the sake of your
excuse me,
demand,
don't put such words into my mouth.
Okay.
Then wait for it. Then why did you say that we have your own time? We have our own interpretation for political interest. No, administration does not work that way. Administration, the police is independent.
I have to, because he has given a direct reply, I have to rebut. Number one.
Quick rebut, Kasturi.
Yes.
I'm almost out of time.
Okay, number one, yes, there is an inquiry commission set up in Manipur. Yes, the Home Minister visited Manipur within a week of the issue blowing up. As far as the administration taking action, I can talk ad nauseum about how much the administration has taken quick. When there were sanitation workers protesting peacefully on the payments of Chennai, you took it upon yourself to beat them and drive them at the middle of the hour, 1 o'clock in the night. In the dark of midnight, you took action. So do not come and tell me the administration suddenly has no interest in doing.
Dr. Philip, I'm almost out of time. Dr. Philip, I want to bring in. He's a former DGP. You know, beyond the politics of it, sir, as a former top cop of Tamil Nadu, you know, 3 months or 4 months before the next election in the state, what is your assessment of it? Is politics guiding everything despite 41 people being killed, sir? Can we hope for some justice?
By scoring political points to charges and counter charges, accusations and counter accusations, we are not respecting the 41 people who died and the large number who are still suffering. And in this India matters, I want to bring a point as a last word. Ordinary lives matter. OLM movement should be started. I voiced this in the Chief Minister's conference where the DMK Chief Minister, Dr. Karunanidhi, was present. The concept of VOP, protection of the VOP. India is obsessed with VIPs.
Yeah.
But how about the very ordinary person? I am the conceiver of the concept of VOP. There is no respect for the life of the VOP. They are treated like flies, they die like flies. And it will be deja vu, it will happen again and again. India has a long history of stampede. And it will happen again unless we take this lesson that ordinary lives matter and all leaders, whether government leaders, administration leaders, police leaders, party leaders, or even family leaders, even families sending 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds unaccompanied, you know, like cannon fodder to this rally. What would it result? There's a crowd psychology involved. We have to introduce scientific crowd management. As a police professional for 35 years and a survivor of the Rajiv Gandhi assassination as a young ASP, I need to emphasize as a last point on this debate that we need to have scientific crowd management.
Yes.
Parties should have a crowd management responsibility segment. A young upcoming politician like Vijay should not just plan for
Philip, I completely agree with you, and I'm glad. I am so glad you said VOP, because that is the most sobering thought and perhaps the most important point in this entire discussion that has happened today. But I would like to end on that section of this debate that is perhaps the most important, the fans and supporters of Vijay. And that's why my young friend Sriram Ganesh is with me, and he's a fan of Vijay, and he's been watching what has been happening over the last 4 days since the Karur tragedy. What did you think, Sriram, of Vijay's video message today? Were you okay with it? Were you disappointed? Do you think he could have done better?
I think the key word is that I was an ardent fan after what happened. I think the last 4 days have been very shambolic for anything that is associated with Vijay and the TVK. I think when the whole tragedy happened, the least he could have done is just stayed back. I think that's what the fans were expecting him to do. There was no point for him to flee back to Chennai, avoid all the confrontations, avoid all the questions, stay mum for as long as he did. And then for him to come out with the video statement today where 4 minutes and 45 seconds where he's talked to the people and not apologized once. I think that's the most unacceptable part of this whole thing. Borderline pathetic, to be honest. I think what the people were anticipating and were least expecting from him was an apology. Yes, he's shrugging off responsibility. Yes, he said that they've not done anything wrong. Sure, but the least he could have said is, I am sorry for the loss of life. Like 41 people have died, at least he could have just said, we apologize for what happened. You don't have to apologize for the crowd control if you think you're not wrong for that. But at least the courtesy that he owed to the people was that he could have apologized for loss of life. I think
That
that is
didn't
where I
happen
think we
in
draw
that-
the line.
It didn't happen in that 4-minute and 45-second video, which is a pity. Can he still firefight that? Is he still thinking of this as a signal moment for his politics? We'll have to wait and see. That is the bloodless nature of politics, not just in India, but around the world. But it really is something to think about. Thank you to all of you for being with me on debate number 1 here tonight on India Matters. And I never want us to forget that number, viewer, because 41 is a truly staggering figure. We must be up at night to wonder what number of people need to die for societal change, political change to actually happen. If the number was greater than 41, would Vijay have put out a stronger statement? Would he have been forced to stay in Karur and meet with the families? Would MK Stalin have been forced to take on Vijay more directly? At what point of time does India, as a modern country, one of the largest economies in the world, move beyond political compulsions when it comes to the lives of VOPs, very ordinary people? We're taking a very quick break. On the other side, Death by Potholes, NDTV's campaign, gets its latest chapter, the tragic story of 22-year-old Dhanushree. That's it.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, most stunning true color pro grade camera. Motorola Edge 60 Pro. Grab Motorola Edge 60 Pro today.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
रहमान सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out.
गोल्ड ग्लास क्लियर ग्लास, पार हो या नियर, सब कुछ दिखे क्लियर।
सैल्यूट है जी, आप देश की रक्षा में जान लगा देते हैं।
और आप
घर घर में तार लगाते हैं जी। ई बीम टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी, न जले न पिघले, सबकी रक्षा करे।
हम सरहद पर लोगों की रक्षा करते हैं और आप देश के अंदर। सैल्यूट तो बनता है जी।
अपार अणुशक्ति फायर प्रोटेक्ट वायर, अपार देश का तार।
फिनेसा विंडोज, ब्यूटीफुल एंड ड्यूरेबल डिजाइन्स, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
फाइनर फिनेस्टा।
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है। सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं। लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। एनडीटीवी इंडिया पर।
फिनेसा विंडोज, ब्यूटीफुल एंड ड्यूरेबल डिजाइन्स, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
फाइनर फिनेस्टा।
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं। उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
फिनिस्टा विंडोज, ब्यूटीफुल एंड ड्यूरेबल डिजाइन्स, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनिस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
Fine, finer, Finesta.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last.
PCB chief Mohsin Naqvi's big claim to fame is that image of him running away with the Asia Cup trophy, trolling India, normalizing the kind of jihadi mindset of his players like Haris Rauf, and making an absolute embarrassment and mockery out of what his country tries to project as the gentleman's game. Well, now things have gone from bad to worse, because remember, that trophy is still not in Indian hands. And the BCCI has now called Mohsin Naqvi's bluff. First the trophy chori, like I said, and now his ridiculous conditions for giving that trophy to India. Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chief and the ACC chief, wants a formal ceremony to hand over the trophy to India, but the BCCI has called out this ludicrous attempt at 2 minutes of fame by Pakistan's Mohsin Naqvi. It has shamed him. It's held a meet. He has put those ridiculous conditions. BCCI officials have given it right back to Naqvi and basically said, you wish. Our sports editor Rika Roy is live with us. Rika, what did the BCCI say to this absolutely ridiculous demand, wishful thinking by Mohsin Naqvi?
Shiv, I'll put the story in context. There was an ACC, or the Asian Cricket Council, meeting this afternoon. It was attended by Rajiv Shukla, the Vice President of BCCI, and Ashish Shelar, the former Treasurer of BCCI, both of whom are members on the board of ACC. They lodged a very strong protest because the cup still lies in Mr. Naqvi's custody. They asked for it to be kept at least in the ACC office and not with Mr. Naqvi. And they said if he doesn't keep it in the ACC office, then matters would be escalated to ICC. On the other hand, Mr. Naqvi, who's now playing the battle beyond 22 yards, said that he felt like a cartoon, quote unquote, and felt embarrassed standing there for 45 minutes when there was no communication. The Indian camp is doubling down on him, saying that he cannot take the trophy away. Even though Indian team didn't collect it, it should have been kept in the ACC headquarters and not in Mr. Naqvi's hotel. So there is a lot of back and forth going on. Midway through the meeting, Ashish Shelar, who joined online, both the members of BCCI joined online. Ashish Shelar logged out because he was very angry at a protesting Mr. Naqvi, who says that he was belittled by India. And India also says that the Indian team felt humiliated by his gestures And it was made very, very clear to ACC long before the trophy ceremony, at least on 15th of September, that if Indian team went on to win the cup, they wouldn't collect it from Mohsin Naqvi. So it was the failure on the part of ACC not to have made another arrangement.
Okay, important news break here. Well, Mohsin Naqvi has been shown his place. We'll have to see how this plays out. Rika, thanks for that update. And as we continue to fight for our cities, the latest victim of India's terrible pothole menace is young college student Dhanushree. She was 22 years old and she was killed on the outskirts of Bengaluru. This CCTV image is just from moments before a truck ran over her while she was trying to avoid one of the millions of potholes that have become part and parcel of life in Bengaluru especially, and many other parts of the country as well. She was only 22 years old. She was on her two-wheeler, as you can see, trying to avoid a pothole like so many motorists are trying to do every single day in Bengaluru and its outskirts, and she was crushed to death by a lorry. She died right there on the spot. She was a college student. She had big dreams of becoming an IAS officer, and now 22-year-old Dhanushree is no more. Joining me now to talk about this is Diana Emmanuel. She's a citizen of Bengaluru and a senior director at a big IT company in the city. Diana, welcome. What a terrible, terrible tragedy, but one of so many. Dhanushree becomes just another statistic of the pothole menace that seems to be a talking point in Bengaluru, but nothing else really happens.
Yes, and interestingly, this is not the first case. Even last week, I think we had a case where a school bus was almost overturned. Yeah. So when we see the number of iterations, we have, and we don't get any response to that. You see, roads across any corners of Bangalore, they are filled with potholes. And the depth of the pothole is what is really scary. These are something where two-wheelers are bound to lose their balance. Two-wheelers and even the three-wheeler trucks, which we have, small ones, even they're bound to lose their balance. So it has been high time that we need some action here. Dhanushree was a kid, as you said, a kid with a lot of dreams. And we really don't want to lead to situations where you're going to have many more such cases. And when it is raining, you cannot even see the pothole. So the intensity of these issues is much higher than what is generally projected. People send it as probably social media memes and joke it out. But when they are facing it on a day-to-day basis, it's not a joke anymore.
It's also quite horrifying that there are, on average, Diana, about 40 pothole deaths in a year in Bengaluru, which is a scary number by itself. But like you rightly pointed out, we are not even talking about the people who are injured. There must be so many people who suffer crippling, paralyzing injuries, due to potholes and accidents that are faced as a result of potholes. Recently, we rode with the Deputy Chief Minister on a road to the Vidhan Sauda, which had so many potholes. We went back on it. As a result of NDTV's coverage, those potholes were actually fixed. And then 3 days later, there was rain in your city and those potholes actually came back. It's actually become a bit of a satirical situation. Nobody seems to have the stomach, the heart, or the commitment to fix this pothole menace. That's the scary part.
Yes. And when you see, you can compare the national highways, the state highways, and the city roads in the same state, in the same city, in same Bangalore. When you compare the standards of these three roads, there is glaring differences, and which says that it is not the terrain or the weather conditions alone which is contributing to all these things. It is a lot about the maintenance, how the repair is done. That is, and I would say that is the major factor which is contributing to the state of the potholes. As you say, the potholes get fixed, and in a week, its state is back to the original. Yeah. So, what are you trying to control? It is just a farce.
Final question. You work for an IT company. We've seen in the news recently, ma'am, certain IT companies have been fed up by infrastructural woes.